Festivals in Ghana are occasions to mark a historic tradition of the people. It is a period for the purification of communities and a time to remember the ancestors. For the larger number of people, a festival is an occasion for family reunion and feasting, and a period to rededicate oneself to the family and community. So it happens that family members and friends board vehicles from various parts of Ghana and arrive at the festival locations a day or two before the occasion. The Deer Hunt Festival, popularly called Aboakyere in local parlance, is a festival of the people of Efutus on the coastal belt of Ghana. Winneba, the capital of the Efutus traditional area, is the venue for this annual celebration, which has attained a national character and attracts hundreds of tourists at every festival. A popular and historic fishing community and home to holiday makers, lies about 45 kilometers west of Ghana's capital, Accra. The Deer Hunt Festival, true to its name, is a festival for hunting the deer. History has it that it was customary in the 13th and 14th century for the people to celebrate their deity and ancestral god known as Otu with a sacrifice of human blood every year. With time, the human sacrifice became too gruesome and the deity was consulted for an alternative. The leopard was chosen, but soon became even more dangerous to hunt. The eventual substitute was the deer. It is believed that the survival of the Efutus state and its traditions depends on the sacrifice of the deer every year. The significance of this sacrifice is seen in the emblem of the Efutus state, in which the king, who sits on the ancient black stool, is installed sitting on the deer. Today, the hunt for the deer has become a public event fixed permanently for the first Saturday of the month of May. It is on record that it was the king of the Efutus state who involved the local militia called Tuafo Asafo in the hunt for the live deer. His son and successor formed a second Asafo group, Dentifo, to make the hunting game more competitive. An appreciation fee was also established and paid to the Asafo for their services. The establishment of a second Asafo company not only introduced competition in the festival, but also brought with it a bitter rivalry among the groups and their supporters throughout the period for the festival. The Asafo company has a unique structure. Each group has 3 units which are age-based: Enyimba for seniors, Ensen for the middle-aged, and Assam for the youth. Each group has a captain called the Supi and also the Asafo chief, who is called the Safohin. Tourists visiting Winneba for the Deer Hunt Festival can distinguish between the Asafo companies by the colors which separate them. The costume for the Tuafo Asafo company is made from fabrics with black, white, blue, green and violet color patterns, and that for Dentifo is made up of red, black, yellow, orange and pink colors. Musical instruments used by the Tuafo company are the rattle, a bugle and a 3-in-1 gong-gong, while those for Dentifo are the bell and a 2-in-1 gong-gong, the rusa. The songs they sing and the flags they use tell the success stories of their groups, or else hammer on the weaknesses of their opponent. Very provocative symbols on flags have in the past been used to incite riots. In recent times, it has been the responsibility of the king to inspect regalia of the companies on the Thursday preceding the Saturday for the festival. As part of preparations towards the Deer Hunt Festival, each Asafo company consult their oracles and deities at their respective shrines. They ask for protection and success in their impending competition. After that, they display their deities and divine objects at the shrine a day before the event. At dawn, on the day set for the hunt, the groups set out to their respective sites allocated to them on hillsides about 5 kilometers away from the center of town.
Aboakyere Festival is not just an ordinary festival. The Efutus people celebrate the Aboakyere Festival as a religious deed. On the first Saturday of every May, the two Asafo companies respond to the summons by the Omahene to go into the bush to bring a live deer that is used in the sacrifice on Sunday to the principal god in this town, that is the Penchotu. Centuries back, it didn't used to be a festival. It was the royal house that took charge of ensuring that there was a blood sacrifice. And in that case, it was a human being, the blood of a human. But it had to be changed because doing that thing became an ordeal. So the festival came about when the chiefs decided to use an animal instead of a human being. However, like all festivals, a festival is a rallying point for citizens, home and abroad, to come together, and a lot of social interactions take place. Quite apart from that, this festival is growing. If you can see around, a lot of vendors, there's a mini trade fair, and there'll be a mini beauty pageant. All these are economic ventures. Some of them will come and stay. Some of them will take time to come and stay. So that as we progress, the festival brings about economic development. And this is where we want to emphasize. In actual fact, we've put in a number of fun games, and these fun games are sporting in character. There's a marathon, there are football matches. Winneba has been serving this country well by supplying a number of youth in sports. And we feel that by engaging them in these sporting events, we unearth these talents for national development. So this festival has got a number of dimensions, and in each sphere we are trying to institutionalize the event so that there will be returns that will be of benefit to this community and the country at large.
The number 2 company, we're from Krisi Gatitego. My baby Mikitan, or a Jumfu, one abbey, or a Jumfemi, a Jumfina was to be, or a Manana Krisi table. Many being Krisi table, one was bombarded. As I so. Yeah, cultural aspect now there. There were Abosuma there, Afibia, the double one saying that the action has one. Now, why are they when you're busy? The matching not able to me with there. I feel it's Bamba now there, the Pombaba. Only I bear the mamma in your consider what to Guado. Now, friend, and the Moson, now, if you are Ubenya Namana, that was soon I able to any lecture was in your Trinity, our friend, and consider the company our vaccinated to Guado now while the Bujuman.
My name is Jacob Curtis, and I'm from England. from the centre of England. I've read a lot about the Efutus Festival, and so I was lucky enough to be in the country at this time, and it would have been too good an opportunity to miss if I hadn't come down to see what it was all about. I've learnt a lot about how Africans like to have their traditions, how they like to celebrate their festivals, about the 500-year tradition of this festival, which is very important indeed. We went to the chief of Winneba last night. He was very interesting, and he told us a lot about the reasons they scope out the two different teams, and it seems to me it's very, very exciting for the whole town, that the whole town gets involved, and it's really something that they can look forward to. So it's a really enjoyable experience, I think.
It is a challenge for the group to apply the necessary strategies and skills and catch it. When a deer is caught, it is kept alive, and amid singing and jubilation, rushed on foot grounds where the king and the rest of the community and tourists would be waiting. The Asafo group, which comes first with the catch, lay it in front of the king, who steps on it 3 times to signify assent and approval. This is done in full view of the public and supporters of both Asafo groups, and this signifies that the group has won the competition. What follows is uncontrollable jubilation and merrymaking among the winning group and their supporters. Once a catch is made and accepted, the competition is over. It is now time for a few speeches to be made by the king and some government officials. The afternoon of the day is meant for public street carnival involving the king and both Asafo companies and their members. The king rides in a palanquin, whilst his chiefs file in front with the 2 Asafo companies performing various cultural dances and gymnastics. This is a time to symbolize reunion of the people after a fierce competition. In the evening, the dance halls are filled with visitors and citizens having fun and chatting away the festivity to a close. On the following day, Sunday, the deer is sacrificed to the gods and the meat is shared among the Asafo groups. The prayer of all is for a fruitful year and another successful festival the coming year.